So we're looking at the worst cannabis death ever. Now, I'll be honest with you, bro. This is new to me. I didn't know there's a such thing as that, but apparently there is, and we're about to react to it. There's a
Wrong way Taconic crash. On July 26, 2009, Diane Schuler was driving a red Ford Windstar minivan on New York's Taconic State Parkway with 5 children inside. She was 36 years old, a Long Island mother everyone described as responsible. That morning, Diane had left Hunter Lake Campground with her son, daughter, and 3 nieces. Over the next hours, witnesses reported aggressive driving. She tailgated cars. She flashed headlights.
you was that
At one
high?
point, she was seen vomiting on the roadside.
Oh, yeah,
Then came the phone call. Her brother told her to pull over. Instead, Diane entered the parkway through an exit ramp. She drove past 2 do not enter signs. She traveled 1.7 miles in the northbound passing lane at 85 miles per hour. She was going the wrong way. She collided head-on with a Chevrolet Trailblazer. The minivan burst into flames. 8 people died instantly. Only her 5-year-old son survived with severe injuries. Toxicology revealed a blood alcohol content of 0.19, more than double the legal limit. But there was something else. Her THC level measured 113.
Nah, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We know what it was. It wasn't the weed. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Nanograms per milliliter. Experts testified she had smoked marijuana within an hour of the crash. A broken Absolute vodka bottle was found near the driver's seat. The case became an HBO documentary.
Bro, this one doesn't even count.
Cannabis and alcohol driving.
It was the alcohol, bro. I think the cannabis just made it worse.
On March 11th, 2014, 19-year-old Levi Thamba and his friends from Northwest College wanted to try cannabis for the first time. A friend purchased Sweetgrass Kitchen marijuana cookies. The clerk gave clear instructions. Okay. Split each cookie into 6 pieces.
And that's the mistake right there. That's the mistake right there. Why would you give a newbie 2 big-ass pieces? Look at this. They don't look big, but, 2 big-ass pieces. And then split that shit through the 6 times.
Eat only 1 piece. Wait at least an hour. Each cookie contains 65
milligrams of THC. He told him to split big-ass cookies, bro. Just give him small gummies. Why are you giving him this? This is for, experts, bro. Like me, But I'm not an edible type of person. So don't give me these. I'm more of a... make it, in it. You know what I'm saying? That was the mistake right there. The weed wasn't even the problem. Now, 65 milligrams, is that a lot? For somebody that's new, probably that is probably a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. For me, it took 50 before, and that shit was overwhelming a little bit. The max I took was 100, so it just put me to sleep, honestly.
The group followed directions initially. Thamba felt nothing after an hour.
That's how it would be, too. These edibles don't hit, bro, and look what he does.
He consumed an entire cookie, more than 6 times the recommended
oh my god, bro.
Dose. Within 30 minutes, everything changed. Thamba began speaking.
30 minutes, bro? Did you eat? 30 minutes? My guy.
Speaking erratically in French. He shook violently. He screamed and threw objects.
Yeah, you're a lace, or you didn't eat. Bro, you're a lace, bro. I took 50 milligrams before. It didn't make me speak a different language, bro.
Friends tried to restrain him. He settled briefly. Then he suddenly leaped from the bed, rushed to the balcony, and jumped over the 4th floor railing. He fell into the hotel lobby. Paramedics arrived within minutes. Levi Thamba died from traumatic injuries.
Yeah, this one don't count either. You're a lace like a motherfucker, bro. They were trying to make a cover story. That's what it was, because that's not even regular. Bro, sis, I did 100 milligrams before, bro. 100. Them, for Krispy Kreme. Not Krispy. Think about donuts. Fruity Pebbles thing, bro. I did 100 of that. It did not make me think I could fly and jump off a fucking balcony, dog.
He was 19 years old. The autopsy found marijuana intoxication as a significant contributing factor. Toxicologists tested for more than 250 substances. Only THC was detected.
Damn.
Denver police ruled the death
It might be lace.
accidental. The case became the first marijuana edible-linked death in Colorado since legalization and triggered statewide reforms to edible labeling laws. CHS newlywed death. On September 3, 2019, the 27-year-old from Sedro-Woolley, Washington, was found dead. His wife Elizabeth discovered him when she returned from work.
All right.
Brandon had been married 3 years. They were months from their honeymoon, planning to buy their first house. But for years, Brandon suffered recurring bouts of severe nausea and vomiting. He was a heavy user of cannabis concentrates, dabs, shatter, vapes. Doctors eventually identified cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. Hot baths provided minimal relief. He couldn't keep food down.
I heard about these, bro.
Emergency rooms multiple times for severe dehydration. That morning, Brandon was getting ready for work when he had a seizure. His organs were shutting down from dehydration caused by relentless vomiting. Elizabeth found him hours later. He was dead. His death certificate listed cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome as the cause. Specifically, hyponatremia, cerebral edema, pulmonary edema, acute kidney injury, and seizures. His father spoke out afterward. He smoked a lot of weed, but it was the concentrates. Hundreds attended his memorial service. It was standing room
Yes, you
only.
could get this by
the
just
way,
smoking a lot of that, bro.
I cover stories
you
like
gotta
these
be
regularly.
very
Consider
careful,
subscribing
bro.
if you'd like to see more. Thanks.
You gotta smoke every day. You know how people that smoke Nick smokes every part of the day. You gotta smoke that amount.
Massacre. Tuesday evening, May 15th.
If you take breaks and you don't smoke every day, you should be fine. I still don't recommend doing drugs, though.
Northbound Interstate 880 in Fremont, California, was flowing with traffic. Noelle Johnson, 39, rode in a Cadillac Escalade with several others, including 2 teenage sisters. Dang Nguyen Hai Tran, 21, was driving a Toyota Camry. Witnesses reported Tran was speeding and driving recklessly under the influence of marijuana. Near Stevenson Boulevard, he suddenly changed lanes and slammed into the Escalade at high speed. The Escalade overturned violently. A 5-vehicle chain reaction collision followed.
Damn.
Noelle Johnson, 14-year-old Christy Lemus, and 9-year-old Brooke Lemus were ejected onto the freeway. All 3 died at the scene. 5 others were injured, including an infant. California Highway Patrol arrested Tran for DUI marijuana. He was held on $620,000 bail. CHP officer Manuel Leal told reporters, driving under the influence, whether it's alcohol or drugs, the outcome is the same. It kills people.
I
The
agree.
crash occurred months after California legalized recreational marijuana. Missing girl canal. On November 30th,
I feel like some of these cases are just dumbasses, bro. I feel like he was gonna do that regardless with weed or not, bro. He slammed it, like, but nah, I feel like he would just, bro, these are not cases with weed, bro.
2025, Kaylee Russell got in her car to visit a friend.
And why all of these, I swear, if this is another car death, bro, this
Never
doesn't count.
arrived. The 20-year-old from Alt, Colorado had dropped her father off that Sunday evening. She was driving her black Volkswagen Tiguan south on Larimer County Road 1. Her friend waited. Kaylee didn't show. Her family reported her missing. A massive search began across northern Colorado. Days went by with no trace. On December 4th, 4 days later, investigators found her vehicle partially submerged in a canal. The Tiguan rested upside down in the water. State Patrol reconstructed what happened. Kaylee had been driving 60 miles per hour on a curve with an advised speed of 25. She was texting on her phone. She failed to negotiate the curve.
Oh shit, my fault.
She failed to negotiate.
Are we dead ass? Are we dead ass? We're blaming weed. She was on her fucking phone. What are we doing?
The curve, drove off the road, and plunged into the canal. She died from blunt force trauma and exposure to cold conditions. On February 11th, 2026, toxicology results revealed marijuana was in her system. Impairment was suspected as a contributing factor alongside texting and excessive speed.
That's what I'm saying. These two caused the accident. The weed is not the cause. It's not. How do you say it? Something like correlation isn't causation, bro. It's not the weed. It's the people behind it. Bro.
Cannabis factory worker.
All right, bro. Whatever.
January 4th,
Those 3 don't count.
2022
Any car deaths don't count as a weed-induced car death. The only one I can say that counts is the one that's CSS. That one counts because you can't really counter that.
The 27-year-old technician collapsed at work at True Leaf Cannabis Corporation's facility in Holyoke, Massachusetts.
Oh, shit.
She died days later with her mother at her bedside. Lorna worked in the pre-roll production room, feeding cannabis into grinding machines. Workers were covered head to toe in cannabis dust and mold daily. In November 2021, Lorna suffered her first asthma attack after a contaminated filter released moldy cannabis dust. She was hospitalized via ambulance. True Leaf took no protective measures. She returned to work the next day with only paper surgical masks. Weeks before her death, she asked her stepfather to bring respirators from his mechanic job. She was coughing constantly. On January 4th, Lorna collapsed from a severe asthma attack and went into cardiac arrest. She never recovered. OSHA cited True Leaf for 3 serious violations. The penalty was $35,219. Her mother said, "This company took my whole life away from me. Lorna didn't smoke, vape, or eat marijuana. She just breathed the dust."
I don't know how you go work at a cannabis factory without smoking weed. I don't understand how that happens. I mean, maybe if you work somewhere that makes alcohol, you don't drink alcohol, maybe, but, like, damn, how do you do that?
Half joint heart attack. On October 28th, 2013, Gemma Moss, 31, of Bournemouth, England, smoked half a cannabis joint before bed. It was her nightly routine to help her sleep. She was found unresponsive the next morning. Gemma was a mother of 3 who attended church. She had quit cannabis for 2 years before relapsing after a breakup left her depressed. The other half of the joint was found underneath her body. She was pronounced dead at the scene. A post-mortem found no natural cause of death, no abnormalities, no other drugs.
How old
only
is she, bro?
moderate to high levels of cannabis. Coroner Sheriff Payne ruled Gemma died from cannabis toxicity, believing it triggered cardiac arrest. She became the first woman in Britain officially attributed to cannabis poisoning. Cannabis advocates disputed the finding, arguing a lethal dose would require 20,000 to 40,000 joints. But the official verdict stands. Rat poison, K2.
No.
No
Let's try to figure it out
cost
here.
from me. 200
Off
attack.
boys.
On October 28th, 2013, Gemma Moss, 31, of Bournemouth, England, smoked half a cannabis joint before bed. It was her nightly routine to help her sleep. She was found unresponsive the next morning. Gemma was a mother of 3
She didn't even spark up a full joint. What are we doing here?
who attended church. She had quit cannabis for 2 years before relapsing after a breakup left her depressed. The other half of the joint was found underneath her body. She was pronounced dead at the scene. A post-mortem found no natural cause of death, no abnormalities, no other drugs, only moderate to high levels of cannabis. Coroner Sheriff Payne ruled Gemma died from cannabis toxicity, believing it triggered cardiac arrest. She became the first woman in Britain
Nah, there's something about this, bro. She smoked half, not even a full gram, half before going to bed. Check her lungs. There's no physical, there's just something, bro. The spies got her or something. She has some information. She has some time travel information or something, because that doesn't make sense.
officially attributed to cannabis
Half a joint, half a gram.
poisoning. Cannabis advocates
like
disputed
small,
the
bro.
finding, arguing a lethal dose would require 20,000 to 40,000 joints. But the official verdict stands. Rat poison, K2. They were bleeding from everywhere.
That's probably what it was. She probably did smoke that. Can it be laced? Maybe it was laced with poison, bro. Like that.
In March 2018, dozens across Chicago and central Illinois arrived at emergency rooms with uncontrollable bleeding. Gums, noses, eyes, blood and urine, internal bleeding. All had used synthetic cannabinoids, K2, spice.
Stay away from
weed
them.
sold at
Stay away from
convenience
that
stores. Health officials determined the products were laced with brodifacoum, industrial rat poison.
Damn.
A 22-year-old man from Chicago bled to death. A second man in his 20s died the same way. then a third victim in his 40s. By mid-April, over 107 were hospitalized. The outbreak documented at least 4 deaths and 153 cases across 8 Illinois counties. 3 convenience store clerks were charged with selling contaminated products. Similar warnings issued across 9 other states. 4 dead, 153
Nigga, are y'all buying weed from the gas station, bro? Should I pull up the video? Bro, hold on, let me pull up the video, bro. Let me pull up the video. I guess we don't learn. I guess we don't learn. Hold up, bro. I don't know how to spell station, but I guess we don't learn.
Don't never buy no weed from the gas station, bro. If the nigga ain't in your contacts, don't never go to the gas station, bro. I went up there at 11 o'clock last night, tried to give me some weed, bro. I smoked that shit, woke up, my motherfucking eye was right here, and my other eye is still right here. Explain, bro.
Don't buy weed from the gas station, bro. Don't buy weed.
hospitalized from fake weed laced with rat poison. Teen CHS death.
I mean, if you're going to the gas station for weed, you're already fucked up already.
On October 24th, 2018, at 5 a.m., the 17-year-old told his mother he couldn't breathe. She rolled him over. He was gone. Brian started smoking marijuana at 13. He became a heavy daily user. On April 7th...
I told y'all, don't smoke every day, take breaks, exercise regularly. And if you did it for 10 years like me, take a extended break. This shit can kill you. This is where the science breaks, bro. About the 9 or 10 year mark, that's when it starts to pop up and shit, bro.
2018, he called his mother in panic. He couldn't stop vomiting. At the emergency room, his kidneys were shutting down. His liver was failing. A passing doctor diagnosed cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. After rehydration...
Once you hit this stage, bro, you have a 50% chance. Fuck the internet. You can recover from it. You have a 50-50 chance, bro.
He was released with little information. His mother convinced him to stop smoking, but symptoms persisted. Not knowing CHS continues after cessation, he started smoking again. By October, Brian had lost over 40 pounds. You could see his bones.
Shit, make sure. You see my bones? Tell me no. Please tell me you don't see my bones yet. Alright, we good.
His mother said. That morning, Brian told his mother he couldn't breathe. The coroner attributed his death to dehydration, caused by cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. He was 17 years old. First time smoker.
14, 15, 16, 17. Damn, 4 years. Damn.
Falls. Hamza Warsami had never smoked marijuana before December 5th, 2015. The 16-year-old Somali-American student from Seattle had a perfect grade point average. He was bound for MIT. He was deeply religious. That Saturday, Hamza entered an apartment building on Capitol Hill with 2 friends. They went to the 6th floor and smoked marijuana. It was his first time. Within minutes, Hamza began acting panicked and disoriented. He stepped onto the balcony and attempted to jump to an adjacent...
Book smarts versus street smarts, bro. Like, this is the shit I'm talking about. I'd rather be street smart than fucking book smart. This nigga had a 4.0 GPA type shit. And he's doing this, bro.
Decent rooftop. He didn't make it. Hamza fell 60 feet.
I mean, of course he didn't. He's on the 6th fucking floor.
Paramedics arrived within minutes. He was transported to Harborview Medical Center. He died from blunt force trauma. The medical examiner confirmed marijuana intoxication as a contributing factor. No other drugs were detected.
Can we stop saying marijuana intoxication, bro? He was just high. Just say he was just high, bro. Bro, he didn't even finish the first blunt. What are we talking about? Mans didn't even finish the first blunt, bro. What did this intoxicate? I just keep saying that they were high, bro. Half of these deaths were just caused by idiots. The other half is medical conditions. Okay, let's be 100. First time smoker, bro. Why do people just want to jump off a fucking... Bro, this is what... You have bad friends, bro. I would have said, hey, here's some water. Let's do some breathing techniques. Let's put on a fucking movie. You smoking in the middle of a hallway and you didn't stop this nigga? Put him some music. Put on a movie. Get him some food. Lay back. He gonna be laughing. Ha ha ha. Y'all were just smoking in the middle of a fucking hallway, bro. Y'all some horrible friends, bro.
He had no history of drug use or mental illness. His death sparked the Justice for Hamza movement. Hundreds attended his funeral. He was a boy with a bright future who made one mistake. He was 16 years old. If this was informative...
Bro, all you had to do, bro, was chill out, bro. The CHS, those are... Yeah, you can't count on those. But the car deaths... That was just them being fucking idiots. Especially the first one. That was just... Alcohol was there, too. Like, no, let's be 100, bro. They were just idiots. But yeah, bro. But how do y'all feel about the Cannabis death right there? I don't know. I feel indifferent.